Welcome to another podcast of the current situation of Manchester United. Hope you guys are enjoying your morning so far. Um, as you can, today is a particular day in the love life of a lot of people. Um, the 14th, I should say, the 14th of February. Um, a lot of love lovers were looking forward to this day. Hooking up, getting gifts, getting chocolate, or whatever you want to give a significant other, whether it could be as small as $5, it could be as big as $500,000. Um, if you're that financially generous. But regardless, I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday morning so far. I'm happy enough to say that my second to last video, which was part two of the midfield infield my thoughts on the best midfield for Manchester United, and I went into a brief breakdown of how I think the forward line should play. I'm not going to rehash that. That's in my second to last podcast. Um, yeah, and it also includes the Chelsea preview, Chelsea against Manchester United on Monday. The preview. So that game is on Monday, and the video I did it in is uploaded. It was unlisted because I thought they were going to play last Monday, which was in this week, but it's next week actually. So I made that video available so you guys can watch it. I will try to put the link to the video below in my description section. So that's the introduction for this podcast. Now following to the game, some excerpts, or if you are biblical, you can say I would say no, I don't know, not biblical, but I could say some add-on functions to the preview to Chelsea. It said that Manchester United, um, with Matic and Fred, will play in a midfield duo. Well, they didn't say duo, but it said that Matic and Fred are likely to start in the Manchester United midfield coming the Monday's Manchester United match. Um, my thoughts on it: seeing that Matic is running out of contract, he's getting old, he's getting sloppy in terms of reading the game. To be objective, Matic has been on form for the past month, or at least in the past weeks. In terms of Fred has been on mesmerizing form. And speaking of Fred, he had on some commentary on the current situation at Manchester United in terms of the squad. Hashtag, yeah, Fred has been very good in midfield. Speaking of being biblical, he's been a rejuvenate. He's been a redemption. He's been a redemption in Manchester United's midfield because prior to months like October, November, December, Fred has been just wishy-washy. Fred has just been. There were times that Fred made Jemba back in his heyday for Manchester United look world class. I'm not even saying that like that's real talk. There are times that when Fred was on the ball, he would. Again, this is not a video to slate Pastor Fred. I love Pastor Fred. I just pray that he continues his vein of form. He plays well. He dictates the game. And with the addition of Bruno Fernandes, you'll have a better connection, better chemistry, and understand how the midfield work best for the forward line. Um, Another thing on Fred is that, and this is what I'm getting to. Fred made some criticisms on the squad based on its mentality, um, and the squad sticking together. The squad sticking together. Now there are some United supporters, not much, that went haywire on that criticism because they thought Fred was kind of nitpicky at the squad, saying, "Oh, Fred, you shouldn't be talking. I mean, you were in a bad form prior to October, November, December. You shouldn't be talking because you're part of the squad. You've been trash earlier this season," which is true. But he's been a rejuvenation. He's redeemed himself. He's playing. He's probably one of the best top 15 mid. He's in the top 50 midfielders in Premier League. And yeah, I think those criticisms have some undertone of objectivity and validity to it. For example, the mentality of the squad needs to be questioned because I mean, like for example, against Liverpool at Anfield. Well, I call it Anfield. It's actually Anfield, but there are some people that say Etihad to Etihad in terms of City Stadium. Um, in terms of the zonal marking, when United conceded a corner and Van Dijk scored the header, that was poor mentality right there. That was poor mentality right there. You cannot. You, I don't see how Maguire allowed Brandon Williams to mark one of the best headers of the ball in world football, which is somewhat on par with Sergio Ramos, defensive wise and headering wise. I don't see how that could make sense. But in terms of the forward line, Martial, I'm getting to Martial right now. I'm going to get in Martial's house right now because I was listening to a small excerpt of this. How do you say this? This popular Manchester United YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure most of you know who I'm talking about. I can go to the name of it. But there's this particular feature on this channel with these two guys from I ain't go say where from, but because you guys will know already. But these two guys actually rate these two guys, but this other guy, man, for a good amount of years, for the past 2 years that I've heard about him, I'm making comments on Manchester United. I've never heard him criticize Anthony Martial, like ever. And for the probably slight criticism he has for Martial, he's backing the squad not giving the ball to him. I've never heard him back criticize Anthony Martial in terms of his form, in terms of his attitude, in terms of his behavior, and how he plays. And this is where I have to get into Martial FC right now because Anthony Martial, yes, we understand that Martial scored on his debut against Liverpool. Oh yes, but we have to be objective in terms of our players because Anthony Martial is one of those players that isn't more of a Jesse Lingard or a Paul Pogba personality type player. He's more of, and again, I described him, so I ain't gonna get deep into that. But Martial is one of those players where he can be judged unfairly based on his demeanor, his attitude, because Martial is an introvert. He's not a Paul Pogba type. He's an introvert. And speaking, I'm an introvert as well. And I can tell you that we introverts are judged unfairly. Like some people say, oh, introverts are weaklings, are wimpy, they just crap, they're losers. I mean, some are, I can give you that. But to bring it forward back to Anthony Martial, yes, okay. Let's go with the statement that yes, Martial has been out of form because the midfield has been poor, but there are chances where I've seen Martial actually got the ball at his feet and took extra touches, and the defender cleared it for either a corner or he just blast it outfield into the forward line of their team. And Martial is usually one that is cold blooded, described as cold blooded in terms of his his instinct for goal. He's very clinical. He's very clinical. Arguably United's best finisher. I guess I can change with the the entrance of Iguala, but let's just say that Martial is United's best finisher. In terms of mentality, Martial is one of those players like an Ozil. Like if it's not his day, he'll be sulky. He'll look indifferent. He look zane. He look aloof. Like he couldn't care less. And I have to say, in terms of Fred's criticism of Manchester United and their mentality, there is some validity to that statement. And not to pounce on Martial, but there are other players like Andres Pereira. Andres Pereira is not a player that has strong mentality like that of a Muhammad Ali. Or even let's stick Malay with football like Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Cristiano Ronaldo. Like there are I understand that there are different personalities in football, but if you want to be a footballer or you want to compete in sports, period, you just have to have a strong mentality. Now, if you just want to play sports just for the recreational fun of it, then be my guest. But in terms of professional wise, you have to do better than that, man. And Manchester United really lacks that. And get into this dude that defends Anthony Martial. I mean, most of you guys know who I'm talking about. He's renowned on Twitter. Actually, I unfollowed him a couple of weeks ago because I just think that he has good points, but he defends Martial to the top of the tree. I mean, I've never heard him criticize Anthony Martial's poor performance yet. Um, so yeah, that's basically. I mean, to add on some commentary on Chelsea's game, has my prediction changed following the training in Spain? Hardly. I would stick with my 2-2 draw. Again, I hope to be proven otherwise, but that's just my honest Gilgut feeling. I think that's the score that Manchester United and Chelsea is going to share. They're going to stay truce in that match. 2-2 draw. My goal scorers, if I was to leave my head on um the scorers of Manchester United, I would say I'll probably it's a hard one. It's a hard one. But alright, alright. Since he's been getting a lot of slack from United support, let's say Anthony Martial to score in the 2-2 draw of my prediction. Again, let's leave your comments down below in the comment section of who you think Manchester United, who will score for Manchester United, and your predictions down in the comment section below. Predictions in the comment section below, and I will holler you in the next podcast. Peace.